Yo, what's up YouTube? It's TRS, All The Real Smoke here, and today's video I'm going over my Scourge Warlock Temptation build. It is more of a supporting slash bulky build, so I'm going to go over the pros and cons of it, what the best classes are, what feats, boons, powers, what other powers you can use to substitute for if you want to go one way or another, which I'll go over both. So the pros to this build are, you are a bit more tanky. If your tank does back out, you can be a substitute tank once you're set up, which I'll go over the setup later. You can heal that rivals healers. I've done a couple of dungeons on this build and I've quite often come top, because with the powers I use I'm more of a healing on it, but one of the spells is changed. The cons to this build are, there's only one con. You do not do the greatest DPS. You'll do average DPS, depending on your gear source, stat wise, so on and so forth. So they're the pros and cons. Pros are, you're a bit more tanky, you're a good healer, or you're also good at buffing and debuffing bosses, mobs, so on and so forth. And the cons are, you just got below DPS than what you would on a Fury build. Which, if you do want to go for a Fury build, the link to my Hellbringer Fury build will be in the description. It'll be top line. So that's the pros and cons. There's only 3 viable races for this build. There's no particular which one's best one, because they've all got their ups and downs to them. Obviously, you've got the Dragonborn, the TIEFLING, and the humans. I am a TIEFLING, so I'm gonna go over what the pros are of each build, and not pros of each race are. Dragonborn race, you have 3% more power and a 3% better critical strike, which is nice. A TIEFLING is good because of one of its abilities, which is Blood Hunt. You deal an additional 5% damage to targets below half health. And then you also have Infernal Wrath. When you receive damage, you have a 10% chance to apply an Infernal Wrath to your attacker for 5 seconds. This effect reduces the target's powers by 5%. And the human is good because it's more defensive, so that adds to the bulkiness. And you also get the 3 extra feat points as well, which I'll go over that in a sec. And when you're doing your race, you'll always want to put your points into Constitution and Charisma, because Charisma is a priority. Charisma is your crit chance, companion stat bonus, and your combat advantage, which is nice. And then your Constitution is your damage bonus, so you do more damage in general, and your hit points, which for this build, the more hit points is the better. So now I'm gonna go over the feats. Take a screenshot of this or pause the video here if you don't want me to go over them and you just want to see. But I've got Energizing Curse, gain 6% more action points when attacking cursed targets with your at-wills. And you got Weapon Mastery, which increases your crit chance by 3%. You've also got 3 points in Toughness, which is a 9% increase to your maximum HP. And then you got Empowered Rituals, which is 6% more damage on your encounter powers. Which you use your encounter powers on this build very often. And then you've got increase your life steal chance by 3%, which is Soul Reaping, which life steal is important on this build as well. And then you got Demanding Casting. Sorry, I'm not that good at reading names of so much stuff. It reduces your cooldowns by 8% because I didn't put all the points into it. And then you've also got your Devastating Critical, which increases your crit severity by 15%, which is nice, because I think I'm not too sure what my crit severity is off the top of my head, but I will check that in a sec. When your Warlock's Curse is removed from a target, that target has a 100% chance to be affected by a lesser curse, which goes hand in hand with one of your powers, with one of the powers I use. And then you've got the damage, and you got powers of the 9 hells. The damage and the damage resistance buff provided by Pillar of Power now lasts for 5 seconds after you leave the area, which is really useful considering the cooldown of Pillar of Power is 7 seconds, so you pop it, stand in it for a couple of seconds, stand in it for as long as you can. But if you need to avoid attack, shift out of it, or shadow slip out of it, and you'll be able to pop another one once it's popped again. And then your allies also gain 50% of the buff's effects, which I think they gain 10% damage resistance and damage increase. And then this is where you go on to the Temptation Paragon path. On crit hits, your life steal chance and life steal are increased by 5% for 4 seconds, so you're going to want to set crit as well. You've also got the Hellish Condemnation. Targets affected by your Hellish Reboot at wills deal 5% less damage. So that is your main at will that you will be using on this build. And then you've got Dark Revenants. When you life steal, there is a chance to gain Dark Revenants, increase the movement speed and power of nearby allies by 20% for 5 seconds. And with how often you are doing life steal, that is just constant clicking on people in your group, which is nice. You and all your teammates within 50 yards of you, which is not alright with Gracious, gain 5% life steal chance, which is useful. And then you've got enemies within 50 yards of you deal 5% less damage. Suit me. And then you've also got Darkness. Enemies damaged by Blades of Vanquished armies briefly deal 10% less damage to you. And then you got Soul Bonding. Your powers now heal your allies for a percent of their damage equivalent to your life steal chance. This affected 30% is affected on AoE powers. The healing component of your Vampire Embrace now also heals nearby allies for 100% of its value. So if you've got more power, more crit, and you hit that hard, it's an instant full health heal for your allies. And now I'm going to go on to the boons. All this information will be down in the description anyway, alt feats, alt boons. Since I don't have many boons in the Storm King Thunder campaign, I've gone with Cold Hearted, which you gain 2% life steal severity and 1000 HP. The next one is you gain 400 incoming healing bonus and 2% Everfrost resistance. healing, incoming healing bonus works with life steal as well. I'm not sure on the numbers and how it works, but it does help with the life steal for you personally and for any healers that are trying to heal you. I've had tough times healing some DPSers because I've had no incoming healing. The next one is Icy Wrath. Chance when taking damage to deal up to 2,000 bonus damage on your next attack. And then what I would go with is Glacial Strength. Your max HP is increased by 3200 and you gain 2% Everfrost resistance. And then the next one is Healing Warmth. When healing allies, your healing spells have a chance to damage up to 5 enemies near the targets for up to 6,000 damage. Which, with how often you do heal your allies on this, that 6k will come in handy. And then I don't do any PvP, like what the fuck is PvP anyway. The next one is Sharandar's BOONS, which I've gone for power on the Dark Fae Hunter. And I've also gone for deflection, which people might be thinking what the fuck. But you are often quite up close, and if there's no tank, you get all the aggro. Just a heads up, I should have said that on the comms. That's the Fae Elusiveness, or however you pronounce that. And the next one I've gone for is the Feywilds Fortitude. Your maximum HP is improved by 1600. The next one after that is Elven Tranquilizer. When being struck by a foe, you have a chance to heal yourself up to 20%. Not 20%, up to 20,000 hit points. This one is an emergency one, to be honest. Don't be relying on this one. It'll just pop when it wants to. Because sometimes you'll get hit by a foe when you're in between like powers or moving about, and that 20k can just come in handy. It's a fifth of your health essentially. And then I've gone for Elvish Fury. When you kill a foe, you gain 135 power for 45 seconds. These can stack up to 30 times. So that is 4,050 power you can gain if you can get a full 30 stack of that. Which is really nice. And then on to the Dread Ring campaign. I've gone for Conjurer's Gambit. You gain 250 crit strike and 250 movement. And then I've gone for Evoker's First. You gain 400 life steal. Like I said earlier, life steal is important in this build. Main three things you want to be stacking are life steal, power, crit. And then the fourth one after that is armor pen. I know some people are a bit speculative over not having a high armor pen, but because you do negate it's necrotic damage on a warlock, you don't need armor pen, but some people overlook that. But it is what it is. And then the next one I've gone for Elusiveness Shimmer, which you gain 3% deflection chance. I will go over my deflection chance, life steal stat, and my crit stat. I'm looking to change one piece of gear once I get enough protector shields. The next one is Enraged Regrowth. When taking damage, you have the chance to heal yourself 20,000 hit points again. So you could be lucky and have this one and the one from Sharandar pop at the same time, which is an instant 40,000 HP there, which is about 40% on just about 40%. And then the next one I've gone for is Endless Construction. Your life steal, when you steal health from your life steal stat, it has a chance to steal 3 times as much. So you could hit a target, let's say 35,000 hit points, 35,000 damage. that is 1,000. No, my numbers are really messed up today for some reason. It's 115,000 you would do if endless consumption prot, which is an instant full heal. The next one is the Icewind Dale campaign, which I've gone for Weather in the Storm, which is 400 AoE resistance. The next one is Appreciation of the Warmth. You gain 400 incoming healing bonus. And the next one I've gone for 2% crit severity because you want the crit severity. So when you crit for a bigger hit, you heal for more. And then the next one I've gone for is Cool Resource. You gain 2,000 power based on how much stamina and guard you have. I chose that one over Cold Shoulder because Cold Shoulder is not really a beneficial one, and if you move around a lot, like let's say Red Dragon, a Dragonfly, it puts circles all over the floors. You're constantly moving, you'll gain power from having no stamina. And then the last one I went for is Winter's Bounty. Chance to gain bonus 10% action points when killing a target. And the next one is the Underdark campaign. I've gone for Primordial, mate. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've got 400 power and 1,600 hit points over defense. Next one, I've gone for Life Seal and 1,600 HP. Never go for Drow Meditation because regen is fucking absolute crap. So I've gone for combat advantage damage. Because when you've got a tank in there, you want to try to get behind the target to do more damage. And the next one is control effects will have a 5% shorter duration when applied to you. That one, either one of them two is a bit meh. I know 5% stamina is nice at times, but it's not often you're out of stamina. It's only like boss fights when you've got to be moving about. And then the next one I've gone for is a Viscerary Tensity. Demons do 5% less damage to you, so that is good for if you're running a bit demo, so going for your twisted weapons, even though I wouldn't advise going for twisted weapons. I'd just go for the Smoey campaign, the Smoey class, and get that out of that weapon, and then just like get all the requirements. The next one is Tyranny of the Dragons, which I've gone for 400 power with Dragon Claws. Next one is Dragon Shadow, which I've gone for deflection. I know I could have gone for crit, but I chose deflection because I wanted to get my deflection up a little more. And the Draconic Armor Breaker, I have gone for Armor Pen because, like I said, Armor Pen is the 4th stat that you should be sacking just in case you're a bit optimistic about it. The next one is Dragon's Greed, which is 400 life steal. And then the next one is personally up to you. You could have 8% more critical severity, which is, like I said earlier, it's more damage on the crit hit, so better healed. Or you can just go for the 5% life stealing, which I've gone for. So this one is all about your guild. I've gone for my guild's got the power, armor pen, defense, BOONS. So I've got power and defense on. But once you get them up, them two stats are nice. 8k power, 8k defense is nice. And then the next one is the Maze Engine, which I've gone for life steal severity with Abyssian. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. And then the next one is Demonic Resilence. Control effects will now have a 5% short duration on you. So you've now got a 10% sort of duration on you. And then next one, I've gone for Demonic Swiftness, which is 3% faster action point gain, which action point gain is nice, because you want to be popping off your dailies. And then I've gone for Displacement Fate. This is a just in case. When below 30% health, you gain a shield, increasing damage resistance by 60% for 3 seconds. In that 3 seconds, you could be back up to full health, which is really nice. And then the last campaign is Element Evil, which I've gone for Wave of Force, which is 2k health, 3k power. I've gone for Heart of Stone, which is 4% life steal severity and 2k health again. Excuse me. And then I've gone for Searing Aggression, which is 400 crit and another 2k hit points. So you're getting a fair bit of hit points from this campaign. You know what, you're getting 6,000. And then I've got Furious Whirlwind. And tends to gain a bonus 10% life steal severity for 10 seconds when killing a target. So that is all the boons, all the feats done. The best companion you want to be using is the Mercenary, which you get from the Heirloom Pack, which is, I think how much it is. The Heirloom Pack, which is 2,000 Zen. You get rings when you're leveling up, you get a Mercenary, which you'll be able to put on all companions, and you get a Greater Bag of Holding, which is a 30 slot bag. This companion hits the hardest and hits, well, not hits the hardest, but hits the fastest, so it procs your bonding zones more often, which you'll want rank 12 bonding zones on it. So that's the companions. The mount bonus. This one all depends on what you have. At the moment I've only got power and recovery, but I'm wanting to put life steal on to get my life steal chance up. Because power is nice, crit's nice, and power, crit and life steal are nice. If you've got any of them, put any of them 3 on. But if you aren't, go for Armor Pen if you've got that, just in case. But I know, speculate, this is starting to become a pretty long video. But I've only got one more thing to go over now anyway, and that is your active bonuses and counter powers at wills and dailies. So as you can see, I've got Shadow Walk on, because it increases your running speed by 10%, your deflection and life steal chance by 5% life steal chance and 5% deflection, and it's also 17% on your running speed. So if you put dark enchantments in your utility slots, if you're not farming for like refining points, you'll be running like Usain Bolt. The next power is on my B, which is Vampire's Embrace. You heal, whatever you hit at this power, you get 75% of that either in your full HP, and whatever's left over will go as a yellow bar, which I'll be showing you in a sec. The daily I've gone for is a Curse Souls drop, but this is another if you're in a no shit moment. Drawing the souls of nearby enemies, healing yourself and corrupting their spirit, which you then force back into their bodies, affecting them with a lesser curse. Additionally, you spawn a soul puppet. So whatever you hit for this, you get back in your HP. This is why it's a no shit bonus. And your at wills are going to be Hand of Blight and Hellish Fury. when you're going to be in melee range, so you'll be using your Hellish Rebook anyway. Hellish Rebook, or however you pronounce it. And then if you don't fancy using the Hellish, go for Hand of Blight, because when you're in melee range, you hit faster and you reduce their damage. You also want to be rocking your Pillar of Power because it does damage. It increases your damage and it also increases your damage resistance. You're going to be using Hellish Rebook, and the daily you will be using most of the time will be Tranquility Curse. You deal 15% more damage essentially, and then you do like 25. I'm not sure of the numbers, but this is the best daily to use on a Warlock. It will increase your DPS somewhat chronic. The other encounter power that I use is Blades of Vanquished Armies. It increases your deflection chance when you're using it. It increases your deflection chance by about 20%, and it does a nice amount of damage to all nearby enemies as well. And you also have Prince of Hell on, which your life steal and your resistance ignored is increased by 8%. So as you can see, your life steal stat should be quite high. And then that's it for powers. If you don't want to use Vampire's Embrace, I would suggest using Arms of Haidar, which is just a nice, quick, powerful hitting attack. Obviously, you get a stack of arms every time you use it, which makes the cooldown longer and longer. But it doesn't take long for that stack to disappear. So that's all my encounter powers. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you're still watching. So that's everything I'm done. My stats are, I've got just short of 22,000 power, which will go up to 20. It'll be going up soon, and so will my crit, because I'll be swapping out a piece of my chest for the other Dragonflight. So my power will be actually going down, and so will my recovery, which my crit will be going up. But yeah, you'll want to be rocking the Black Ice set for this, because it puts your Constitution and your Charisma up. It also gives you power, crit and armor pen. And then the set bonus for it is your powers have a chance to deal additional unrestrictable damage equivalent to 10% of your weapon. So I've got legendary Twisted at the moment. I'm still working on restoring my gear because you can't actually do it yet. You still got to wait still got to wait about a week or so to be able to do it. But the rotation on this is, before you go into any battles, you always want to be cursing your targets. Put your Blades of Vanishing Armies up, pop your Pillar of Power, use your dailies, and then use your Vampire and Base. And as you can see in the top left side of my health bar, I got a yellow bit of my bar. But you want to try and keep your Pillar of Power, your Blaze of Vanishing up, Vanishing Armies. Always want to keep reapplying your curse after you use your Vampire Embrace. And your companion will be doing damage as well. So if you have enjoyed today's video, I know it's been a bit of a lengthy one, please leave it a like, subscribe if you are new around here. So until next week with another Neverwinter video,